So I just stopped to add a little bit of fuel in the A8. And no, we're not still stopped at the gas station, guys. We are moving probably at a clip of about 50 miles an hour right now. And the speedometer says 0. The ABS light came on, the brake light is flashing. Our tach seems to be working, but our traction light is on again. We're clearly moving here. And every single warning light is now popping up on the center stack. A while back, I traded a Jetta, a terrible Jetta, better known as the Money Pit Jetta, for a Cayenne Turbo. If you're unfamiliar with the Money Pit Jetta, it's a car that I stupidly spent in excess of $12,000 attempting to make right. It's one of the first cars I ever bought at salvage auction, and it's the car that taught me what not to buy at salvage auction. It had a reported 3 accidents on its history sheet before ultimately being totaled, sold at auction, doctored up, then resold at auction to me, where I brought it to a body shop who said they'd make it like new in just a few weeks. Almost a year later, when I went to pick it up unfinished, there was an inch high of water in the floorboards, destroying a ton of its electronics. Fast forward several months later, someone had emailed me explaining they specifically wanted a cheap Jetta GLI to strip down and use for autocross. They had watched every single one of my videos and they were well aware of its issues, and it sounded like a decent fit since the Jetta ran and drove perfectly, but it was the interior electronics that suffered a lot of problems. In exchange, they trade me a mint flaw-free Cayenne Turbo. The only issue here is that this person was about 1,000 miles away from me in Ohio. I figured it couldn't be much worse than the Jetta, so I paid $1,300. That was the shipping bill for both cars, and I made the trade sight unseen. When the Porsche arrived, pretty much every single dashboard fault light was on. There was a major exhaust leak. The key fob didn't work. The driver's seat was barely held in place with a single bolt, so as you drove, you'd rock back and forth. The transmission shifted funny, and the brakes didn't stop the car. All right, you're probably thinking this all sounds quite bad, but before you think that, let me show you something that sounds really amazing, and that's these wireless earbuds from Raycon. They're crisp, super bassy. When a lot comes on, I don't just hear 21 Savage, I become 21 Savage. How many cars you got? A lot. How many problems they got? A lot. Raycon's E25 wireless earbuds are tiny, so they're super comfortable, but the battery is long-lasting thanks to its charging capsule that provides a full day of juice. The E25s come in multiple different colors, and with 6 different size ear tips, they'll fit anyone, which makes them a great gift. It's incredible how much technology they've packed into this tiny little wireless charging case. I take a set of these earbuds with me wherever I go, and I'll frequently leave just one, and that way if I'm wrenching on a car, or maybe I'm out at the grocery store and a call comes in, I just tap the button on the side that answers the call. If Rich calls me, I can hold the button on the side that will decline a call. And one of Raycon's best features is its price. They cost less than half their competitors. And right now, if you click my link in the description box below or visit buyraycon.com/samcrack, you're going to be treated to an additional discount for the Black Friday and Cyber Monday holiday season. It's the best price you're going to get, period, on a set of Raycon earbuds. And I highly do recommend you check them out, again, by visiting buyraycon.com/samcrack. Now I got to give a huge thanks to Raycon for turning me into my favorite rap artist, 21, and also for sponsoring this video. It was clear I had traded one piece of junk for another. I couldn't even drive the Porsche home because of the lack of brakes, so I left it parked where it was delivered. There's no way I could justify fixing this neglected 150,000 mile Cayenne. Financially speaking, this was a parts car. Recently I listed the car on sale super cheap, noting though it was cheap for a reason that it had a handful of considerable issues. I even linked the video that I had made prior about all the issues this car had. I got a ton of interest, likely due to the low price, but as soon as I'd referenced my video, everyone was scared away, and rightfully so. Finally, I got a message from someone who is a German car mechanic explaining they know the issues that these cars have. They watched the video, didn't seem to be scared by really any of these problems, and offered to trade their 2005 Audi A8L straight up. They did note a few issues, mostly cosmetic, and they said, and I quote, "There's no mechanical issues at all." Now I need another car like Rich Rebuilds needs another Vice feature, but if I could trade my Porsche for something that was actually drivable, it seemed like it made a little bit of sense. The Audi A8 from this generation isn't a really desirable car, but it has good looks and a nice ride, so I met up with the Audi owner and I brought the Cayenne Turbo on a trailer. All right, so they left it running. That's always a strange sign. Supposedly the only thing is that the interior is a little bit beat up, which it is very beat up, but they got a whole new interior set. The car looks phenomenal, okay? And honestly, just looking at it, like he said, the bumper needs some repair. Oh, right down there, dude. Are you kidding me? I'd leave that, but I do see like a few little like whatever. Yeah. But the body, the rest of it, like this is like very clean. All right.
Yeah.
So we're not sure if if they're going to accept the trade on this vehicle. They're going through it thoroughly, and I just told them, hey, in case things don't work out, let me drive your A8 around the parking lot. You know, it might be fun. Here, I'll pull up the window so people can hear us. But, you know, this is a car that actually runs and drives, and it's a nice, clean car, which is a nice change from that Porsche. It doesn't have the flair that the Porsche does. It's not the most exciting car in the world, but it works very well, and it's really nice and smooth. Way different feeling from an S-Class, and the brakes work, which is a positive as well. All right, I'll take it.
The Audi seemed great, and it even came with an extra interior. And when I say an extra interior, literally every single interior component was here. When I saw the back seat of the car, trunk, and their truck bed loaded with parts, I was terrified by the idea of another project car, so I begged them to just keep the stuff.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this. You guys want to keep this?
Man, was I overly optimistic. While we were looking over the Audi, the guys had found a few additional quirks and features on the Porsche that I hadn't even discovered.
So it looks like this possibly is a fuel pump fuse. It was jumped to this fuse, which was running something else to probably feed power through this Porsche wire, I'm assuming. So yeah, very minty.
At this point, the Porsche was looking so mechanically poor, I would have probably traded it for a few dozen eggs at the grocery store. After a few hours of inspection, we had agreed to trade, signed over the titles, and as fast as the Cayenne drove out of the parking lot, it returned. It went into lit mode, it was stuck in a higher gear, rendering it pretty much useless. While the Audi owner said he was still interested in making the trade, he couldn't do so immediately because he needed reliable transportation for the next week or so.
Well, the car that's going home on the trailer is not the car that we expected to go home on the trailer. Seems I can't get rid of it.
Even though the Porsche came home with me, a week later we got back in contact and everyone was officially ready to make the trade. We swapped cars and titles for real this time, and I thought that I had finally rid myself of a nuisance car. A few days later, I took a trip to my local salvage auction, which is about 40 miles each way, a great highway drive to try out the new Audi A8. The low fuel light came on a few minutes into my ride, so I stopped, got some gas, and here's what ended up happening.
We're casually doing 0 miles per hour right now, according to the speedometer. 0. We're at least going 60 miles an hour on the highway. 2,000 RPM, so our tach is working. We're not overheating, which is good, but we're flashing a ton of warning lights on the center stack there. I mean, this literally happened on the first drive I take this car out on after trading it. Now, another thing I noticed that I didn't notice before was right here is the volume knob for the radio. That doesn't work at all. You have to use this right here, and then our radio shows up. I'm about 5 miles from home, and the check engine light pops on. It just seems to get better with age. On our maiden voyage, we experienced the brake light, the ABS light, the check engine light. We have no speedometer. Our odometer is not counting the mileage. When you step on the brakes or decelerate even, the please refuel light comes on. Every light on the digital display comes on. Our volume knob doesn't work, and there's a heck of a shimmy coming from the front passenger side when accelerating or braking. For a car that was supposed to have no major issues, I'd say that that's not what we got here. Now, I know it might have not made any sense from the get-go trading a Porsche Cayenne Turbo for this car, because the Porsche Cayenne Turbo, no matter the condition, has two things going for it. Number one, it's a Porsche and it's a turbo. So unless our major issues are solved with like one ground wire or something like this, again, I think we're back at square one. I think we traded one piece of garbage for another.
Clearly, I was a bit frustrated here, and I was getting ready to drive this car about 30 feet forward into the middle of the field, but I knew that if I parked this car, it would just go untouched for a very long time, and I didn't want that. It could definitely be fixed. I just simply don't have the time or interest with other projects I'm currently working on, so I had a different idea. Some of you might remember Life Inc., a very unique place. It's a school for individuals with disabilities that has an automotive mechanical classroom taught by my friend Mike. Mike and his students service the fleet of school buses and vans for Life Inc. and also do some general maintenance on staff member cars.
Hey Jonathan, where does the coolant go?
Right here.
And what is that? Do you know what this is called?
Condenser.
Close. What is it?
Radiator.
Very good. Okay. Very good job on that van, Jonathan. Now I want to show you guys a new car that I got and teach you a little bit about German cars, especially German cars from the early 2000s. So here's Mike's car. Remember, Mike got this Mercedes, and this is a pretty nice German car.
Remember we did a video on that?
That's right.
It's on the YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. There's a video of this car on YouTube. All right. And hey, there's going to be a video of this car on YouTube with you, starring you, Jonathan, and of course your class. Of course, Mike. So what do you guys think about this car?
I think it's nice.
It's good.
I think it needs to be washed.
It needs to be washed, okay. That's a common thing with all of my cars. Alex, what do you think? It looks...
It is hard to work on.
It's hard to work on. Okay, Alex is getting to the point here already. But it looks... Do you think it looks good, though?
Yeah.
Like, it's a good-looking car. Yeah. It's an Audi. But the one thing about old German cars is that they are... Here, we're going to go. We'll pop the hood.
Allow me. You know that, please?
Try and figure that out there. Jonathan, check in the middle. In the middle. Look at that. Who doesn't want to drive a big V8 engine like this, right?
Right.
But what did Alex just say?
It's not about the VA and all that. It's about how much it costs to work on that. It's a lot of money.
That is exactly right. So do you guys hear what Alex is saying?
Mm-hmm.
This car might look pretty. It might have a big engine. But it's very expensive to work on.
It's foreign. It costs a lot of money.
So Alex, what do you think? Do you guys want to work on this car versus your buses, or you want to work on the buses?
It probably might be fun and hard to work on, but I'd rather work on the buses.
Are you going to get this car?
Well, who wants to work on this car? Anybody interested? It's got a few problems that needs to be taken care of.
We will.
Who can do it?
Definitely.
You all can do it?
Yeah.
All right, here you go. You guys get this car. It's now Life Inc.'s. Figure it out, and I want to come back. I want to see it fixed 100%.
Life Inc. for real?
Yeah, this is Life Inc.'s now.
Oh my God!
Hey, we got a car. Thank you.
So take your turn driving it?
Guys, I want you to look up here. Look right here, okay? Look right here. Tell me what you think about this.
Oh, it's no radio. Oh my gosh!
That's pretty cool.
So, a lot of features in an old German car, but with those features, you guys were wondering what's going on. We have quite a few lights on the dashboard here. We got a check engine, we've got a suspension light, an ABS light, and a brake light, and a traction light. You guys have to figure that all out. Are you up for the task?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be our car.
Traction like
But I think
got something to do with the brakes and something to do with the wheels.
I think you're right on. So what I think is that there's something electrically wrong with the suspension system and possibly even a module. So these old German cars have a ton of modules.
We'll repair it.
And then once you do, make sure, what's going on? Look, it's still dinging, it's still dinging. When you get it repaired, make sure when it's time for you guys to go to the taco restaurant, you take this instead of taking the school bus.
I'm gonna check you off for you.
Oh, go ahead, check that oil, let me see. I actually checked the oil when I got it, and you know what it was? It was low. So I put a little bit in, so it should be good now. But go ahead, check it.
Try to open the trunk.
You could try. Whether it works or not, I don't know.
I got a question. When they gonna bring your other Audi here?
My other Audi?
Yeah.
You can't make do with the first one here?
There you go, Sam.
I just said,
Thank you very much. Was it good?
I'm talking about
Okay, good.
the AA.
The R8.
Yeah, R8.
Yeah. One day I'll bring it here.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Yeah.
What's back there?
Empty trunk.
What's in the trunk? Anything? Ooh, a spare tire.
Yeah.
Jack stand.
Yeah.
A lot of equipment.
And you know what else is back here, guys? So you know, look. Oh, look.
A tool set.
Tool set. That's
Toolbox.
okay. And there's also behind here, let's see. Or behind there, there's a battery. But you got to get the tool. There it is. Look. You could see the nice job that was done with this battery. They just left it nice and loose in there. So another thing for you guys to go ahead and mount it in place.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome. And yes, definitely find the problems out, all right? I
Yes.
appreciate
We
it.
will enjoy it,
I have
right?
a question.
Yes.
When you had gas,
It says it's low on gas, all right?
mean,
But I did put gas in it, and I think the float for the gasoline that tells you how much is in there is broken. There's a spring that usually holds it like this.
yeah.
Yes.
So there is gas in there, but to be safe, fill it up. Put some more gas in there.
Do we get the
Definitely.
license plate for it?
Mr. Jim's gonna get you that. Yes. All right.
We got a new car for life. What?
Go check it out.
Let's go!
Oh my God.
Guys.
Let's see what year this thing is.
Yep, it is our car.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Jonathan!
Yeah, this is ours.
Watch out. Oh my God, it's got a bag! Jonathan!
This thing is.
I got a bag!
This is nice.
Oh my God.
This is ours.
All right, I want to thank everybody out here at Life Inc. and I hope you guys enjoy the new car. Well, not this one, that one back there. What do you think?
Yeah!
So this ends our German car trading trilogy. I'm very hopeful that the students over at Life Inc., along with Mike, their teacher, can make this car quite a bit better than it was when I got it. I do personally think there were a lot of little things wrong with it, things that, since this platform has been out so long, can be repaired because the parts prices have come down on them quite a bit. But if not, I let them know. Just sell the thing and take the proceeds for your program. So it should be a win-win either way you slice it. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a huge like. If you want to learn more about Life Inc., I'm going to leave all their information down there in the description box, along with my Instagram, where I'm posting a lot of pictures of my car projects there before anything goes live here on YouTube. And I want to give a huge thanks to each and every one of you for watching today. I'll catch you very soon.